including SAFARICOM, who gives out the location of this suspect. Mr. Speaker, I remember when I want to be arrested, I left my phones in Kibos. The police went to look for me in Kibos, and I was in Eldoret, Mr. Speaker, sleeping.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It has now been revealed that the extrajudicial killings and abductions that have been happening in the country are being facilitated by SAFARICOM, according to the opposition and section of senators, including Senator Cheregai, who is a government supporter. So this has been rumored since the time of the finance bill of 2024, when people started being abducted, others being killed, but everyone was asking himself or herself how and what mechanism the government is using to find the exact locations of the abductees or the people that are being killed. Today, in Senate, senators spared some time to discuss SAFARICOM itself, stating that SAFARICOM has been involved in the providing location to government officials, including the police and those responsible for the abductions, in delivering information to them regarding their whereabouts. Today, Justin Muturi was speaking on behalf of the United Opposition, that is represented by the likes of Kalonzo, Matiang'i, and Rigathi Gachagua, stating that SAFARICOM needs to tell the public what is their involvement in the attack and capture of and location providing of young Gen Zs, especially Albert Ojwang, who is the latest case. Let us just listen in to what Justin Muturi read on behalf of the opposition so that we can analyze it further.
We're also aware that SAFARICOM is complicit and indeed a facilitator in the tracing and abduction of Kenyans who have either ended up dead or maimed in the hands of police like Albert Ojwang. We want to issue a direct warning that this amounts to aiding and abetting in the commission of these crimes against humanity, for which Kenyans will hold SAFARICOM responsible and either take appropriate legal action or boycott their services.
Looking at that video, Justin Muturi and the likes of Gachagua seems to be in the knowledge that SAFARICOM has been a facilitator in the capture of individuals who show dissent to the current regime. It is unfortunate that sometimes these things do happen, and looking back at what this regime provided as its manifesto in 2022 and what is happening today, it is two completely different things. The question I'm asking myself, will this government still use SAFARICOM in 2027 election to help them get votes? Because this government has become extremely intolerant of anybody who is trying to go against them. The latest case of Albert Ojwang has shown that anybody who is on social media, you should not try to say anything negative against any top officials of this regime. Because in case of you try doing that, then your fate can only be decided by the police. Because what I have learned from this case is that even in the police stations, you are not safe. Let us listen in to Senator Cheregai and see if these government people already know that SAFARICOM is facilitating the abductions and extrajudicial killings. Let us listen in to Cheregai.
He is a man who is very decisive. Heads must roll from the Minister of Interior, Inspector General of Police, and all his subordinates, including the OCS from Homa Bay, who gave out the link, Mr. Speaker, including SAFARICOM, who gives out the location of this suspect. Mr. Speaker, I remember when I want to be arrested, I left my phones in Kibos. The police went to look for me in Kibos, and I was in Eldoret, Mr. Speaker, sleeping.
As you can hear, Cherargei is stating clearly that Safaricom should be used to capture criminals who are on the loose and government are looking for them. Why would he allude to that thing when he knows very well that the government is under pressure and Safaricom itself is under pressure and are likely even to be sued with regards to them providing information to abductors and police who end up capturing individuals like Albert Ojwang, and their information and their privacy is tampered with. This is something that all Kenyans must start to think about. And when we go to the next election, I know that the second term is the most difficult term to win as an incumbent. Because as we look back, in 2007, Mwai Kibaki, securing the second term was the most difficult part, although the first one was a bit easier. Uhuru Kenyatta, securing the second term was the most difficult part, even having the election being repeated, because it was said that it was stolen. In 2027, it will be more difficult for Ruto to win that election compared to how he tried in 2022. And unless he does something extremely out of this world, I don't see William Ruto securing the second term. And I will give my reasons as to why I think this will be the case. Looking back to President Mwai Kibaki when he was trying to win the second term, he had lost a lot of support from the Kenyan public. But because he had Mlima, and Mlima can facilitate up to 5 million votes, he could easily steal the rest. Or by finding somebody from the likes of Okambani to add more votes to the Mlima vote, he could be able to easily win the election because he already has a base that provides a lot of votes. Looking at 2017, when Uhuru Kenyatta needed a second term, he needed the support of the mountain and the Rift Valley region to maintain his voter base, so that if at all he needed to steal election, he could only add a little to it. In 2027, William Ruto does not have the Mlima which supports former presidents when they need to just have a bigger base so that when they add a few votes, nobody will notice. But for the case of William Ruto, if he needs to steal votes, then he needs to steal a lot of them. Because securing second term is very difficult. And you see, even though he is in the broad-based government, when anybody is involved with Ruto, he loses popularity. Right now, Raila Odinga is not popular in Western region, Nyamira region, and Kisii on the Kamba region, which were the strongholds that have made Raila be the person he is today. So thinking that William Ruto is going to secure a second term, we require him to be the genius that he tells people he is. We require him to be the person who brings propaganda and try to remove the issue of extrajudicial killings and police brutality from the minds of Kenyans. Unless this happens, the guy will not secure a second term. And for this matter, there is also an issue of this Safaricom. Will people start boycotting its services? Because at this point, it has now been seen that Safaricom could actually facilitate your death from the extrajudicial killings. So we are waiting, we just wait, and I hope that the Kenyan opposition leaders will just act as normal adults. There's no need of keeping abusing each other in the public. There are a generation of people, the Gen Alpha and the Gen Z, are looking up to them from how they behave, how they give this country, they protect this country, how they provide security for everybody. Not abusing each other. Even if you are in the opposition or you are in the government, there's no need of using foul language, no need of using force if you have the power. Because the other day, the Standard revealed that sometimes somebody can have power syndrome. Like you feel like you are the only man that can lead this country. And indeed, if at all it's the president who is behind all this, you know, the power is transient. Whether you rule for 20 years, one day you're going to be out of power. And in fact, if you look back to the likes of Daniel Moi, he ruled for 24 years. People, delegates used to visit him in State House. But when he went back to his home after losing the 2002 election, nobody visited him. He was staying alone in his room. So there's no need of being cruel to people because your day is coming. I want to appeal to anybody who might want to help the father of Albert Ojwang. There's a baby going around on Twitter. Please go and search it and provide something small that you might have and support the family of Albert's father. Raise the kid and support the wife who was already a mother of a 2.5-year-old. And for that, thank you very much for watching this video. And if at all you like watching political stories, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and I always upload a video each and every day. Please support me and subscribe to this video, and peace.